of the Olympic Games. And no, I'm not talking about the Last Supper parody. I'm thinking about the rendition of the John Lennon song, Imagine. It was sung beautifully. It was a beautiful piano accompaniment floating out on a little island in the Parisian Seine in the rain, but it was quite magnificent. But in that song, John Lennon is dreaming about the perfect world where we can all live as one in peace. But what does he think we need to get rid of before this can happen? What does he think is preventing us from having world peace? Listen to some of the words. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us, only blue sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there are no countries, it isn't hard to do, nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. And I just thought, what an indictment against Christians. If that's all we are seen to bring to the world, and peace, and it would be a happier place without us, I thought that was pretty grim. And then the second one we've already alluded to this morning, listening of the tragic reports of the little girls who were stabbed in Southport. And what shocked and upset me about this was that the volunteers, the local volunteers, were saying that they had opened community centres, but not churches and mosques, because people didn't feel safe in places of worship. I thought, goodness, what is the world coming to? But I don't want to end on that miserable note. I wanted to relate this to us here in our Unitarian tradition. And I'm proud to say that we are living for today. We live for today. Chris tells us this so often, people love the community, go out and live for today. We're not waiting for, the hope of an afterlife. We're talking about what we can do in the world as we see it. And the other thing that I wanted to say was another tradition of the Unitarian Church, which I admire, is that everyone has a right to their own personal views and their own opinions about who God is. Now, I know that great intellectual in our congregation, Roger, believes that God can be seen as many different ways, as light, as love, as creativity, as music, as the ultimate reality. And I aspire to such beliefs myself, and I'm very much drawn to what he says. There are others in our church who believe that God can best be described as a person. And so I would like to read a very well-known psalm to you about God as our shepherd, but reading it from a different slant, which I hope we can all relate to. The Lord is my shepherd. That's relationship. I shall not want. That's supply. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. That's rest. He leads me beside still waters. That's refreshment. He restores my soul. That's our bodies healing themselves. He leads me in the paths of righteousness. That's our purpose here on earth. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, that's our everyday challenge against evil. I will fear no evil. That's my assurance, for thou art with me. That's faithfulness of the universe around us. Thy rod and thy staff, they will comfort me. That's our shelter here on earth. Thou preparest a table before me. Thou anointest my head with oil. That's consecration for our task here on earth. My cup runneth over. That's life abundant here on earth as Jesus Christ promised us. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. That's blessing. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That's infinite possibility. Thank you.